is a presentation of TFNN. The Trader's Edge with Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon, folks. Welcome to the September 7th, the terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Hey, let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life is happening for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I can make that one little 2x4 shift, well, it means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Now, today, you and I, we're going to go check on the circumstance of these markets. We'll go look at, we'll go figure out what those bulls and bears, what those buyers and sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I do want you to know I am absolutely grateful for your presence here. But more important than that is this. During this next 60 minutes, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in at 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered there too. Go ahead, send me an email. Send it early. Please send it to Steve at TFNN.com. Inside the subject heading, please put a radio show question. And in our Tiger's Den, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on terrific Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to last show. Right now, we've got a little bit of a mixed bag out here. The mix is the NASDAQ, the NDX 100 up 37, the NASDAQ Composite up 29. Otherwise, all the U.S. indices trading lower. The Dow off 192, the S&P down 8, the Russell's down 8, the semis are off 12, trannies are down 57. You've got gold off $35. That's trading out at $17.98. Silver down 46 cents at $24.29. Light sweet crude off $1.26, trading at $68.02. Natural gas off 12 cents. That's nearly 3% to the downside. And we've got our first caller. So let's go out to Brent in Martinez, California. Brent, thanks for holding. Thanks for calling. How are you today?
I'm doing great, Steve. How are you?
Excellent. Thanks so much for asking. I spent the weekend in Washington, D.C., where it was nice and cool, and played golf in 70-degree weather, and that was a beautiful thing. So glad to be back, although I wouldn't mind being up in that cool weather. We don't experience 70-degree weather in July and August and September down here in Florida. So I enjoy. How was your weekend, Brent?
It was great. Glad to hear that you had a nice weekend yourself.
Absolutely. So you're calling about ticker symbol is ME. Let me get over to my 3-panel charts out here and tell us what ME is, 23andMe, and what you're doing and how it can best help.
Yeah. So I was going to go through quickly why I'm looking at this and then get your thoughts on that if I could.
Sure.
So what I'm looking at, there's not a lot of history here, chart history, so that makes it a little tricky, but I'm looking at I'm taking would be the June 17th high is the A point, which is like 1355. And then I've got the B point is on the 8th of July.
Yes.
C point, 12th of July. And then the D point is that low up put in like 701 on the 16th of August. And then it had a sign of strength off of that. We're kind of pulling back into that area with less volume. And then there is actually another little, it's like a 6-day ABC pattern down to that. That's actually kind of hit the number today, but I just wanted to get your thoughts. If there's something down at that level that it hit before that makes sense that if it would to get down there again, or some area down there that makes sense to maybe try to buy it.
Sure. So that sign of strength day, gigantic sign of strength. Any idea what was behind that? Was that an earnings release? Was that, any just fundamentally, is there anything there that you know?
I think somebody came out with some kind of an upgrade that day after it's been kind of taken down. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, gigantic volume, folks. We're taking a look at nearly 11 million shares. As an example, today it's only traded 1.5 million. So, Brent, you're exactly right. Not a ton of data. But we can take a look at daily and weekly profiles. So right now, price is trading below the bottom of its daily profile. It was a bearish structured profile in itself, and price is trading below 833. It closed below that. could suggest to move back to 745, which would be the bottom of the weekly profile. So I think we really need to go over to my white background chart, see if there's anything else there. But profile-wise right now, the level to be watching would be 745, which gets you down below the low of that, just slightly below the low of that sign of strength day, the day from August the 17th. When we take a look at 23andMe, what we're going to also see out here, folks, is that this generated a TD9 count top. It did it on August 30th, the bar following bar number 9. And so, Brent, the next level that I would be looking at here is because it generated that pattern, you now have a TD9 breakout area, and that specifically is at 757. So odds favor, if price closes below the bottom of this daily profile, it's also below its red oscillator and change line, that's where price would target. And we know that it's likely to have less light volume as it gets back there. So that would be, on a daily basis, that would be the buy area. So before I switch over and take a look at the weekly or any intraday charts, any questions about this so far?
You definitely get into what I was hoping that you would identify a number. That sounds what I'm kind of looking for. But yeah, you can go ahead and look at the other one, the weekly chart, if you want to do that.
Yeah, so I'm sure that what you will do, knowing that is a likely price target, is you'll then also go ahead and take a look at that volume on that prior bar, prior to that breakout, the volume of 1.6 million shares on August 16th. So ideally, price would spike that high, that's 774, close above it on less than 1.6 million shares, having then come back to the TD9 breakout level, and that would really be the buy setup, because you'd have a rejection of a swing point on lighter volume. You've got the breakout where price came back to and held, and then that could set up an A to B equals CD. Maybe it gets back to the highs from August 9th, or maybe it takes those out and gets back to 1054. But that, to me, looks like the daily setup that you would be looking for. The weekly doesn't provide us with any information, just because we don't have enough bars out there. So the other possibility, Brent, would be to watch a short-term time frame chart as price approaches that breakout level and look for some type of bottom there. And again, so 757 is really the level, I think, that at this stage, as of 1:13 in the afternoon, that we need to be targeting.
That's great, Steve. I appreciate it. And I'll just be looking for some kind of a bullish reversal candle, or, again, looking at the volume and things happen at that point. So
yeah,
I appreciate it. That's exactly what I was looking for.
Perfect. Like to be able to offer what you're exactly looking for. So, hey, Brent, thanks for calling. Always good to speak to you, and look forward to speaking to you again soon.
Okay, thank you so much, Steve. Have a great day. Have a great week. Take care.
That was Brent in Martinez, California. And so let's do this here, because we didn't get that opportunity to do it during the 1 o'clock update out here. And that's this panel, this 9-panel chart, a set of charts. This is our market update chart. And this way you can get a feel for what the markets are communicating to you. And then we'll get, dive deeper into the charts. And of course, I'll need to check my email, see how many requests, if any requests have come in, and we'll go take a look at those instruments as well. But here, if we just do kind of an overview of a market update. The ES Mini, and we talked about this on Friday, although I did record the Friday show between 8 and 9. Hopefully you got a chance to listen to that, because we had TD9 counts all over the place. The ES Mini has one as an example, as does the NQ. The level to be watching on the ES Mini is going to be 45.49.50, and on the NQ it's 15.699. If price closes over either of those levels, it negates that pattern and suggests that, hey, maybe we don't have a top that takes us down into the October lows. And then watch that spot volatility. As long as that trade below its 50-day, currently that's priced at 17.47. That's bullish for the S&P 500. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Steve Rhodes started his trading career as a student almost 20 years ago, and the student has now become the master. Steve won the prestigious Timer of the Year award in 2018 and barely missed that mark again in 2019, finishing at number 2 for the year. An amazing accomplishment. Steve Rhodes is committed to sharing his techniques and knowledge with anyone who wants to learn, and he shares his vast amount of trading knowledge every day in his Mastering Probability newsletter. Steve's award-winning newsletter, Mastering Probability, is delivered every trading day with updates throughout the afternoon. Sign up for Steve's market newsletter, Mastering Probability, and you'll receive access to 7 of Steve's educational webinars absolutely free. At TFNN, all our newsletters come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have absolutely nothing to worry about. Visit TFNN.com and try Mastering Probability 30 days risk-free today. TFNN, educating investors.
What's separating you from the most successful men and women on Wall Street? That's right, information. Having all the information gives us the perspective we need to place the right trades at the right time. The TESS Profile Scanner is the premier market profile-based scanner. Powered by its acclaimed TESS proprietary algorithms, this feature-rich scanner instantly filters over 2,500 plus global financial markets, such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. This powerful suite of tools leverages instant trade filtering and strategy formulation to show you emerging trades before they happen. For a limited time, you can save $100 off your first month by using the promo code UPGRADE, and you still get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Level the playing field with the TESS Profile Scanner, which you can find under the Services tab at TFNN.com. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go out to Denver and speak with Ron. Hey, Ron, thanks for calling. Thanks for holding. How are you doing today? Do we have you, Ron?
Yes, Steve. I'm sorry.
No problem.
Yeah.
No problem at all. So how
well,
are you?
first of all, I wanted to. Thursday, you said the IWM, the Russell 2000, was going to be approaching 9 count either Friday or Monday. So I sold 4 calls. I sold the 230 on the IWM and covered it with a 232 for this Friday, taking advantage of the fact that it's going to be a short week this week.
Yes.
And the IWM got hit hard today, but now it's starting to recover. And I just wondered, is it 230 on the IWM by Friday? I want it to expire worthless. Does it look safe?
Great question. Here's what I can share with you with regard to the Russell 2000. So first, you mentioned the TD9 count. I'll pull over the chart here so that everybody can see that as well. And that in fact on Friday, that confirmed the TD9 count. That was the bar following bar number 9. We never know necessarily whether it's going to be bar number 8, bar number 9, or the bar following 9. So you do have a valid TD9 count. In this chart specifically, Ron, this is the daily time frame. What we also see is that oscillator and change line, folks, that's that red, green, squiggly line, that changed colors about 5 days ago. When that changes colors, typically we see price and that line catch up to each other. We never know if it's a combination of price moving lower while that line's moving higher. Price just pulls back to test that level. Price moves sideways while the line, it could be any combination, but price and that line should test each other. So price should theoretically continue to move lower out here in the Russell 2000. But whether it does that by Friday or where it ends by Friday, that's the difficult thing for me. First of all, it's hard enough just to be able to identify a top or a bottom, and then when we get to the timing aspect, that becomes even that adds a whole nother dynamic to it. But what I can also share with you is that since I was last on the air on Friday morning, there's a brand new profile that is attempting to form right now. So with regard to your upside cap, you're looking at 2301. If price were to close above 2301, that's telling you it's going to go head up to this little rising or descending trend line in about the 2335-ish area. If price were to close below 2280, 2280.60 exactly, is the center of this new bearish structured profile, Ron, that is attempting to form. Price got, and at that center of the profile is both where buyers and sellers believe there's fair value between the bottom and the top of the profile. That's between 2248, that's your support level, Ron, and 2301, that's the resistance area. And so right now, buyers and sellers are communicating to you that they're happy with price just sitting at this level, haven't broken really through either one of them. If price did at day's end close below 2301, then odds favor move to 2248. And if it just stays between 2280 and 2301, I don't have a great analysis as to why, other than that that's just simply where we have both buyers and sellers on a daily basis. But I'm looking off screen at my intraday charts, and I don't have any kind of signals out here on an intraday basis, so I'm not going to pull that over and just confuse us. So you've got the new profile, you've got the oscillator and change line at 2257. This is suggesting that price wants to move lower. But then, Ron, what we have to do is go take a look at what are the other markets doing out here. And by other markets, I'm just referring to the other 4 equity futures contracts. And if the NQ, which is being certainly powered by, its core holdings, its top 10 holdings, if price closes above 15,699, the NQ is signaling to us that there's no top. And then that would suggest perhaps that the NQ will go ahead and lift all tides higher and move price higher. So, and then the other aspect of it, I suppose, the last aspect, so this would take care of, let's say, the S&P 500 for you, just trying to understand what markets are communicating. If the spot volatility index continues to close below its 50-day exponential moving average, currently printed at 1748, that's the 50-day, and spot is at 1734. Those are bullish conditions for the S&P 500. So I threw out a number of things there. What confused you, so I can come back and try to restate that?
No, I like what you say, and I'm going to hold on for another day or two because in my mind, time is on my side for the idea of me having to get to 230. But I guess if it goes up past 229, I'll close it out. But
okay,
every day the premium should continue to deteriorate because I just sold them till Friday. When I sold calls that expire Friday on the 230.
Okay. All right.
So
is there anything else?
Appreciate your comments, and I'll watch that. I will. Anyway, you put me in a good situation. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah, so I think in this instance here, Ron, what you need to do is not just completely focus on the Russell 2000. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but there are a couple of other dynamics here that can assist you in your thinking, or at least what the market is thinking. So again, pay attention to the 50-day exponential moving average and the spot volatility index. Pay attention to the NQ and really the ES out there with regard to 15,699. Man, if price closes above that in the NQ, it's telling you it wants to certainly run higher. And if the ES closed above 45.49, that tells you it wants to run to 4,600. So those would be the elements that I would pay attention to.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it very much.
You bet. You bet. Thanks so much for calling. That was Ron in Denver. So let's see. We're talking about the NQ. I've got this chart up here on the screen right now. And as we take a look at the NQ, here is a 30-minute time frame chart. Now, it doesn't happen often. Let me just erase the A to B equals CD pattern here. It doesn't often happen, but sometimes it does, and you have to go with it. And that is that this candle can be both the B point and the C point of the A to B equals CDF. So let me describe that for you. So this is a 30-minute time frame chart. The reason that we're looking at a 30-minute chart, let me show you this. Let me show you the reason that we are. So you another visual out here. Give me a moment, and I'll pull a 30-minute chart over for the NQ. So the reason that we're paying attention to the NQ right now, well, there's a couple reasons, but one is on an intraday basis, a 30-minute time frame, all of them have A to B equals CD down patterns. And the NQ does too. But it also generated a nice Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. It did it with this nice hammer candle. That was accomplished at exactly 10:30 this morning. And that has turned into an A to B equals CD to the upside. So let's get back to the black background charts where I can actually draw that in. Now, it turns out the A point, that's easy to identify. That's the low of the bars that we're taking a look at. So that's going to be this low out here from about 10 o'clock this morning. That's your A point. Your B point happens to be the bar right after that. That's going to be at 10:30 on today. And then the C point is going to be the low of that same bar because that's the low of the pattern. If I use the bar afterwards, that doesn't have the lower low of the bars out here. And so that's why I use that same bar. And so what we can see here is that the ES mini has completed the one-to-one move. 1,500, 700.50 was that price projection. Created a doji candle, or very close, maybe a high wave candle, as price was hitting that. And if we were to get a bearish reversal candle, there's 4 minutes to go, or less than 3 minutes to go, then that would confirm a short-term sell the D point. We don't have that just yet. Remember, on the A to B equals CD pattern, which is a cool pattern out here, and sometimes you have to wait. Maybe they can get away from you, but you don't really want to buy or sell the one-to-one level. What you want to do is you want to buy and sell when those patterns confirm. And a way that a market confirms itself to us can be done on a short-term chart, but the way that it confirms to us is by sending in the cavalry, which generate bullish and bearish reversal candles to tell us the work is done. Right now in the NQ, on the 30-minute chart, it is not signaling that the work is done to the upside. We'll be right back.
Are you having fun trading the markets but having trouble finding like-minded individuals to discuss your trading and investment ideas with? Become an apex predator in the trading markets and join the Tiger's Den Trading Room only at TFNN.com. The Tiger's Den is an exclusive trading room where successful traders from around the world come to exchange trades and ideas. Join the den and surround yourself with the sharpest minds in the trading world. Subscribers to the Tiger's Den are also the first to have their questions answered live on air and can privately chat with our TFNN hosts live during their shows. Interact with other Tigers and Tigresses as they share trading ideas, news analysis, and discuss the market action all trading day. Subscribe to the Tiger's Den risk-free with our 30-day money-back guarantee and become part of the TFNN trading community. TFNN, educating investors.
You could be making money off the stock market. And if you're already making money off the stock market, you could be making a lot more. Check out TFNN and Tiger TV and get expert investing advice to give you the power to control your financial future. Go to TFNN.com and find the newsletter for you. Whether you're into trading gold, metals, futures, currencies, or options, you'll get advice and analysis to help you seriously get ahead. TFNN also features trading services with a 30-day money-back guarantee for new subscribers, as well as TFNN's Tiger Den Trading Room, trading software, and educational webinars for all trading levels. And make sure you check out Tiger TV for free on TFNN.com or TFNN's YouTube channel for live financial content from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern on market days. Stop watching on the sidelines while other people get rich and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Well, folks, let's get to a couple of requests out here. One inside the Tiger's Den. This is from Dan in Boston, who wants to take a look at IN as in Nancy, M as in Mary, B. That is Immune Bio Inc., which is testing its all-time high, which was $29 even, Steve, and that was a daily swing point from July 13th. That had volume of 1.7 million. You're approaching it with only 700,000 shares, so it's a little bit light in the loafers. But, hey, Dan, if price can close above 29 bucks, that would be a positive. You can see on the weekly basis, the positive is already there. Price is trading above the top of its bullish structured weekly profile. That's at 27.41. So ideally at week's end, you'd like to see price close above that. Let's look at our other white background charts out here. And the other white background charts, our Ninja Trader charts, show that on Friday, that was bar number 1. Or by the bar following bar number 9, I should say, of a TD9 count. And price didn't even move sideways. So the interpretation here, Dan, is this is a very strong stock. This has very strong upside momentum. Now, granted, it's going into a swing point that, it doesn't have the volume necessarily, but if price can close above that 29 bucks, that would be strong. This is telling us about a strong move, but that strong move needs to now be confirmed by closing above that prior swing point out there. And that could generate a rather gigantic A to B equals CD to the upside. Should we take a look at that, Dan? I think we probably should. If we take a look at that A to B equals CD pattern, hasn't been confirmed just yet. Here, we'll just do this on the weekly chart out here, make it a little bit easier for Stevie. And the A point would be down here on May 10th. The B point would be the high from July 12th, and the C point would be down here on August the 2nd. So that gives you a 1-to-1 in the 32.83 level. I would venture to say more like 38.21 would be the price target out there, but it looks good. The daily chart giving you the best 2 signals at this stage here. The only thing that is lacking is volume, but I don't know that I would put a ton into it as we speak right now. On a weekly chart out here, let's see what we have. We do have price moving higher, doing less relative energy. That would be the only cautionary sign, and that would be a cautionary. So here's an interesting thing, Dan. So now this on the weekly chart is where it will reveal a ton of information to you. And what I mean by that, folks, is this has topped with 2 different TD9 count patterns. So this really respects the 9s. You got to like that. So here on the trading day of January 22nd, that was the bar following bar number 9. That's the high that price is going after. That was your $29 level. And then there was on July 16th, another 9 count right up towards that high. You don't have a 9 count as we speak right now. You're only in bar number 3. But if you did see a bearish reversal candle, that would tell you about some type of top. But otherwise, the weekly looks pretty good. Just going up against a significant resistance level. And on the monthly chart, don't have anything out here to really assist you. So, Dan, I hope that helps you out with Immune Bio out here. It does look pretty good, and we'd like to see it close above $29 just to confirm that information. So thanks so much for the request. Next request coming in from Ken. Ken wants to take a look at PLTR. That's Palantir, PLTR. So let's get that going. Let me get the PLTR on one of my other white background charts. And Ken just says, will we take a look at it? We'll not just take a look at it. We'll give you our feedback. And our feedback here hasn't changed. What do you mean, Steve-O? So this is really the key. So you got to love the bullish and bearish TAS market profiles because they provide us with so much information. We're looking at the weekly chart here, Ken, dead center. And you can see, no, it's a bullish structured profile because the center line, that blue cyan line, is much closer to the bottom in proximity than it is to the top. At the center is where both buyers and sellers believe there's fair value in that price range. That range, $24.75 to $36. Price got below the bottom of that profile. And counter trend moves will find resistance typically not at the bottom, and that's what most people would normally think. My experience is that where the real counter trend move gets to is that center of that bearish structured profile, and that says to us $27 is the key level to watch. If on a weekly basis you get a close above 27, then that sets up an A to B equals CD to the upside. We don't have that pattern in place just yet. If we take a look at the daily time frame is going after its swing point from June 28th. That had volume of 42 million. You're going after it today with only 23 million. Let's pull over our white background chart, see if there's any other signals out here that we should be aware of or Ken should be aware of in Palantir. So 2692 was a TD9 count breakdown level out here. Did price get above bar number 7? 2687, the high today, 2688, son of a gun. So now, Ken, you have a daily TD9 count pattern that has formed below TD9 breakdown resistance. That typically results in a move lower. Now, in this case here, the first move lower would be that green oscillator and change line, and that's not a big deal. That's 25.94. If price were to close below that level, then the profiles come back into play. That would bring in 25.36, still no big deal. But if price closes below that, then we're down to the 24.17 or 23.38 area. So you've got a valid topping signal that it looks like it is going to complete today. That's bar number 9. Could get a higher high tomorrow, right below TD9 breakdown resistance. So that says that in the case of Palantir, be ready for some type of retracement. Well, we don't, and if it only retraces to the oscillator and change line, that's that green line. Again, that's at 25.94. Tests and rejects that, then you really have a neutral signal out here, but more bullish to neutral versus bearish to neutral out there. So, Ken, thanks so much for writing in, and I hope that helps you out with Palantir, PLTR, and we'll look forward to speaking to you again. We've got a request here from Rachel in North Carolina. I believe this might be the first time. So, Rachel, thanks so much for reaching out. And Rachel wants to take a look at ticker symbol here is XM. So let's get that fired up on the white background charts as well as these black background charts. And the question is, you're currently long this stock. It looks to have a great short-term basing bottom. And that's all you've got. So let's take a look at it. Here's what you like about it right now so far. And that is that price closed above the top of its bearish structured daily profile. The first close above that, Rachel, was on August 30th. And it's proven its point. And so that's a beautiful thing. Prices above resistance. Prices above resistance on the weekly time frame, but it only has had enough time to generate one profile. This is Qualtrics International. XM again is the ticker symbol. So now becomes the question, what else do we see out here? Let me pull over the other white background chart, see if there's some other signals out here for you to pay attention to. The daily time frame looks good. So you're long the stock. I don't have any reason to suggest that you would jettison this position. Today should form bar number 6 of a TD9 count. So that says, Rachel, you and I should take a look at this. This would be 6, 7, 8. That'd be Wednesday, Thursday. So between Thursday and Monday of next week is when this could generate a short-term top. Too many bars have to be generated for us to really say that, but that's when you and I really need to take a look at it again on a weekly basis out here. This is going to become bar number 8 on a weekly basis. So yeah, we really should look at XM on the daily time frame, see what it's looking like come Thursday, Friday, because if you've got a TD9 count there and a potential TD9 count top on the weekly basis, with this being bar number 8, that may provide us with the information that we're looking for. But at this stage of the game, and that means on Tuesday at 1:38 in the afternoon, things look very good. And as I said, I do not have any reason to suggest that you jettison that position. Only, Rachel, that you and I should come back and take a look at this at week's end. So thanks so much for writing, and hope that helps you out with Qualtrics International ticker symbol there, XM. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We've got the Dow trading off 178 points. The S&P's down about 7. NASDAQ up 6.
Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So we've got the Stevie synthetic contracts up here for gold, silver, and the U.S. dollar index. And when we take a look at this, I've got more data to provide us with the daily. You've got daily and weekly profiles on each of these screens right here. I'm going to turn off the price level for the U.S. dollar index. And so pay attention to the very right side of the panel out there. Those are the blue levels. You can see them numerically, 9207. That's the bottom of a new profile that is attempting to form. 9235, that is the center of the new profile that is attempting to form, and 9291. So we're looking at the U.S. dollar index. Now I'll put price back on the screen. And what price did on Friday, what the pattern that formed on Friday, was a TD9 count bottom. And so that is in play right now. And then what formed here this morning, or what is attempting to form, I won't have confirmation until this evening, but what is attempting to form is that bullish structured profile we just looked at. Typically, when price closes above the center of a bullish structured profile, price will make a run for the top of that profile. So that's 92.91. If, in fact, that is the way that things play out here for the U.S. dollar index, that likely will put and continue to put pressure in gold and silver. So we take a look at what are gold and silver doing. Well, it turns out that on Friday, both were able to get up to the center. I take that back. Gold got up to the top of its weekly profile, or very close to it. 1836.70 is the synthetic top of that profile, and price got up to 1834.50. Now, maybe the contract didn't get right to that level. I think that it did. But you can see the clear support area and resistance level, or consolidation area. It is in gold, it is between its weekly bullish structured profile. So between 1772 and 1836. In the case of silver, price was able to get up to the center of its bearish structured profile, so a little bit more resistance there, 24.91. But at this stage here, right now, today, we can say, or it appears, that it's the U.S. dollar index that is really driving the price direction of gold and silver. And the U.S. dollar index isn't at a resistance level. In fact, it's generating a signal for us right now of a move that it wants to go to 92.91. What else can Stevie share with you for gold and silver or the U.S. dollar index? I don't know. So let's just go take a look at let me do this here, just to take care of the other side of the U.S. dollar index trade, which in essence would be the euro. So let's just change screens here. And on this screen, you'll be able to see the TD9 count bottom that formed in the U.S. dollar index at your very bottom right-hand chart. So we did say 92.91 is its price target. But we have to step back just a moment, because now we can see Stevie's green line, the oscillator and change line. And that's at 92.68. So the real key area where the U.S. dollar index is likely headed to is that level. If price closes above that, then you can anticipate a move to that 92.91, could even be 93.19, but we'll stick with the 92.91 level. The euro, that's going to be your upper left-hand panel. It's got a nice TD9 count. That is likely pulling back to its oscillator and change line. That is at 1.1798 as we speak right now. So that's what those two currencies are doing out there. You've got the Swedish krona. That generated a TD9 count bottom. That's likely headed to 863. Any other signals out here? No other signals that I've got with regard to the currencies that make up the U.S. dollar index that are worth paying attention to. You got Mike K in the Tiger's Den. Mike says that can we take a look at the GDX? And the answer is we absolutely can. So give me a moment here. How do I want to do that? I think we'll just go back to my typical radio show charts. And then we'll get back to our three panels, and we'll put up the GDX. So as we take, this is the mining equity, mining ETF out here. And as we take a look at it, right now this is trading at 32.38. So this is kind of an interesting an analysis to take a look at, Mike. We just spent time, charts are not showing. Oh, sorry about that. That's a little Stevie magic out there, or not so magic. Now we should be able to see the black background charts. So thank you in the production area. So here, remember we were looking at, what was the instrument? It was Palantir. So on Friday, the GDX closed above the top of its bearish structured daily profile. Ordinarily a great thing, and it is a great thing. However, you know we like 2 consecutive days above a resistance or 2 consecutive days below support. Well, we clearly didn't get that. But if the move lower today in the mining equities is just a counter trend move lower, then price would find support at the bottom, at the center of that profile. The center of that profile is 32.28. So far, the low today 32.22, and price is trading at 32.37. So, Mike, you're watching on a closing basis 32.28. Why? If price closes below that, I'm not talking about 32.27. I don't know what I'm talking about. I just know it's got to be here. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. I'm talking about a close below, just going to give you this figure, 32.10. If price closes below 32.10, odds favor that price will pull back, the GDX that is, to the 30.91 or 31.71. The reason that I brought up 31.71 is that you have a brand new bullish structured weekly profile that is attempting to form. And the bottom of that is 31.71. So that's really our key level of support out here. That is in the GDX. Now, let me get my other GDX charts showing, because that didn't work. And in the case of the GDX, we're looking for is other possible levels of support. So we got the 32.28. If that level fails, and I said 32.10, didn't I? The level... yeah, darn. The level that really needs to be broken through, Mike, is going to be 31.93. And that's the red oscillator and change line. So it's really going to be a close below that. That would suggest that move lower. Does that make sense to you, Mike? I know you're in the Tiger's Den and you're listening, but this is really where the counter trend, if it's only a counter trend move, should find support. But if it doesn't, then the next price target to the downside is really going to be that 31.93, and then below that you've got the weekly and the daily profiles to pay attention to. But right now, and how about, what are we looking at as far as volume on this retracement here? So you had a little sign of strength, quite a sign of strength on August 27th at 43 million shares. And price is pulling back into that area so far with about 13 million. So much lighter volume on the pullback. But that doesn't mean that it can't pull back further. And you've got to take into account what we're looking at in the U.S. dollar index as well out there. So, Mike K., I hope that helps you out. Thanks for the question. And we'll just check the screen here, see if there's any other requests. Nothing else by email. Nothing else, I believe, inside the Tiger's Den. Although if there is something in the Tiger's Den, please repost that for me. Just put in the symbol, anything you want me to take a look at. Otherwise, let's go take a look at some other things. What other things can we take a look at? How about light sweet crude? That was moving lower earlier. So let's go take a look at the crude oil charts. Baseball asked about intraday weakness for Apple. Intraday weakness for Apple. So AAPL. So I'll get that fired up. In the meantime, I'm first going to go take a look at light sweet crude. And that's if I can find it. Where are you? I think you're to the right out here. Where is it? It's got to be right in front of me. No, it doesn't have to be right in front of me. Steve-O, it needs to be just to the right. Okay, so I take a look at light sweet crude. What do we know here? What do we know here? I'm going to have to take a look at it while we go into this breakout here. And I'm going to have to look at it. I'm going to get my other charts fired up out here for light sweet crude. And we'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at Apple intraday. And for Mr. Bill, my wingman, we're going to take a look at MU, Move, out there, which is a sake that Tiger Woods prefers. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. Right.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. For free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
Markets can rise and fall like the tides. Subscribe to Basil Chapman's newsletter, The Opening Call, and you too can ride the wave. Basil Chapman is an authority in technical analysis. His Chapman Wave trading system has been helping traders identify trends and capitalize on momentum in the markets since 1984. TFNN invites you to test Basil's proprietary Chapman Wave trading methodology with a monthly subscription to the Opening Call newsletter for only $149. Your subscription to the Opening Call comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee, as well as daily market updates on key indexes, stocks, and commodities. Ride the wave! Sign up for the Opening Call risk-free today.
Are you looking for a secured investment which pays you on a monthly basis? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be the program for you. The best rate on a 5-year CD in the country right now, according to Bankrate.com, is paying 1% per year or $1,000 per $100,000 invested. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly, on secured, high-value, buildable properties in St. Petersburg, Florida. The investment is for 4 years, paying 7% per year or $7,000 per $100,000 invested. Your investment is secured by high-value real estate in St. Petersburg, Florida. Your investment can be anywhere from $100,000 to $500,000. Do you want to make $1,000 per year on $100,000 invested or $7,000 per year on a secured Tiger First mortgage? The Tiger First Mortgage Program may be just the program for you. The Tiger First Mortgage Program pays 7% per year, paid monthly. For more information, you can call 877-518-9190. That's 877-518-9190.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. So we're taking a look at light sweet crude here. What it's done today is it's pulled back to test its oscillator and change line, 67.88. So it remains bullish. The oscillator and change line is red. So if price did close below 67, call it 88, 89, somewhere in that range, that would suggest to move lower into the 65.57. So far, what light sweet crude has done, and there's an A to B, potential A to B equals CD to the upside that is in play out here that would take price back into the $75 level. So right now, it still remains bullish out here. That's light sweet crude. We had a request to go take a look at Micron, MU. That's for Mr. Bill in the Tiger's Den. And all that I can share with you on Micron, it had that big gap to the downside, Mr. Bill. That was on the trading day of August 12th. That gap has been filled, so that window's repaired. So what that leaves us with is nothing more than a consolidation with inside its daily profiles. Resistance, which has been clear that it's resistance, where the sellers reside, is at 74.10. It's a bullish structured profile, so if you're looking to get into Micron, The ideal area would be between 70.13 and 71.46. Now, we say that because price is also below the weekly set of profiles. So we'll say the ideal entry point into Micron Technology, let's make that 70.70. That is the bottom of its monthly profile out there. And on my other charts, there's just nothing there of any significance daily or weekly to get us into that trade there. So I hope that helps you out. And then the last question was for baseball eyes, I believe. And I caught the Nats game. So this is kind of interesting. I went to the Nats game Friday night and it went into overtime. They came back in the extra innings, right? Extra innings. And they start somebody out on second base in the 10th inning. I was like, what? Okay, well, hey, back to Apple with regard to intraday signals. Nothing on the 15-minute, nothing really on the 30-minute, nothing on the 65-minute yet that has sunk in, nothing on the 130, nothing on the 195. Apple looks like it is strong like bull. Today is bar number 6 of a TD9 count. That suggests if it's going to be a TD9 count topping pattern, that doesn't happen until the end of the week. Early next week. Folks, stay tuned. 2 more great hours. Your favorite polar bear, David White, he's up next with the Power Trading Hour. Tom O'Brien, he'll take us on home. I'll be back with you on a wonderful Wednesday. Have a terrific Tuesday.